Hey you all, Tammy C. Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love. How you all doing? I'm doing good. I was over here talking for dear life, up to 28 minutes. It was a great video. My mic, the battery died. I couldn't believe it. I'm watching the playback gone. So I got to start over. I don't think it's going to be 28 minutes. But what I want to talk about today is the truth about marriage. Marriage is hard work. I'm piggybacking. I always do this. I'll look at comments or either go to somebody's video, and when they're talking, I agree, and I just want to jump in and do my spin on it. Tony Gaskins, he was talking about why Big Sean has not married Janae Aiko. He called her Jean. He said, I don't know how to pronounce her name. He is so funny, Tony Gaskins. And I love R.C. Blakes. I like those two guys, especially if you're a woman or a man that really want to get married in the right, the right way, or you really want to do things the right way. I feel like their content is truthful, it's biblical, but it's real. It's real, and that's what we need out here in these streets, Before I get started, hit that like button, please. Hit subscribe, please. Share, please. And drop some comments. I'm begging like an R&B singer. Wait a minute, hold on, you all. Got my little tray thing here where I have my laptop. I do work in front of my TV sometimes. Wanted to move that out of the way. So, who am I to talk about this marriage thing? I'm someone who was married before. I've been divorced a long time now. I've been in a long-term relationship, and I'm also a licensed clinical social worker, a therapist, and I'm a marriage counselor. And I talked to quite a few couples since COVID, so I think I know a little bit about something. So these are my opinions, my channel. You don't have to agree with me, but I do want to speak on marriage. And I really agree with what Tony Gaskins was saying. If you are a woman or a man and you really want to get married and you've been together 3 years, 4 years, I think, it may be that time. And some of us, it's not only men that are scared. Some women don't want to get married. And think about some of the reasons why you may not want to get married. In our homes growing up, some of us, we did not see a positive marriage. We did not see positive relationships, plural. It wasn't only your parents. Maybe you didn't see it with an auntie or uncle or grandmother, grandfather. And this can form how you feel about marriage. It is quite hard to be good at something when you haven't seen it done for you. So I'm not saying it cannot be done. You may have grown up in a house of a divorce, with divorced parents, and you had to be separated, spend a few days with dad and spend a few days with mom. That's why I didn't want to redo this video, because it's late and my words are choppy and I'm getting sleepy, but I have to push through. What I'm trying to say is maybe you didn't see a positive marriage, and it's kind of hard. Sometimes you don't know what to do because you did not see it, but we can learn on our own. There are situations where mom, God forbid, or dad, had substance abuse or wasn't the best, and you take the opposite road. You don't touch it, and you want to be there for your kids because mom wasn't there for me, dad wasn't there for me. So we don't have to do what we grew up seeing. We can still form our own path. We can still go into a positive light. So now let's just say you've been dating good 3-4 years. What is the holdup? And I think a lot of times it's that fear there on both parts, especially if you're a little bit older, or sometimes we can get friends or relatives in our ear, and if they have had a bad experience with marriage, they may talk you out of it. This is why keep your bedroom stuff private. Keep your love and romance stuff close to your heart. Don't go telling everybody. When people are negative or jaded about something, they're going to give you bad advice. Many times the advice people give you is based off of what they went through. It's not a neutral advice. It's going to be based off of what happened to them. If they had a bad experience with a lady, she, ran through their money, they may be quick to, talk you out of getting married. I gotta watch this mic. I don't want it to go out on me again. That was terrible. Same with your friend. That's a lady friend. She's had bad experiences with men. She's been cheated on, played. Baby father wasn't good. She may, downplay getting married. This is why you got to know, without a shadow of a doubt, how you feel about your person. When you have a good man, when you have a good woman, you both have values that add up. You know she's a good woman. She works hard. She keep her house clean. She keep herself together. She loves you. She supports you. She rallies behind you. Man, why would you not want to marry that woman? And I think we need to stop taking good people for granted. Ladies, you have a great guy. He treats you well. He's there for you. And you treat him bad, or you toss him to the side. Why are we doing that to good people? So we have to take accountability for how we are treating each other. I think some men do not want to get married because that saying is the truth. Ball and chain. They feel like their freedom is going to be stripped away. And being a marriage counselor, I have heard some stuff where it sounds as if some women, they don't want their guy to be able to go out, hang out with the fellas, have a cigar, have a drink, or go, watch sports with their cousins or friends. Why not? You are not their mother. You do not want to hold on to your husband for dear life. He doesn't need a mom. Let your man be free. Nope, I'm not talking about going out to a strip club, coming in at 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning. That's disrespectful. We don't want that. But I am saying, if your husband wants to go out and play basketball, he wants to hang out with his cousins, he's at the barbershop a little longer, he's stopping off having a cigar, whatever. Let him. You want your husband to still enjoy his life. But of course, you should be doing things together. That's why you got married. You should be doing things with the kids. You should be doing things around the house. But every now and again, he may want to watch the Chicago Bears play, who they just played, the Buccaneers. Or he may want to go play pickleball with the guys, or whatever guys do. Let him. Because I sure want to go and have fun with my girls and play top golf with them, and go do the different things that me and two of my dear friends always do. They both are married. I'm not. And their husbands, they get to do what they want. They do what they want. And they also both do things together. You don't want your man feeling like, man, I don't want to get married. I'm not going to be able to do anything. I am not a man's mama. I don't want to be mama. Because if your man want to sleep with his mom, you need to do a whole new video. Let it be. It's going to be okay. No, I'm not saying let him run free. Again, come in at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. That's disrespectful. You don't want a guy like that anyway. And if you have a man that you don't trust to go out with the guys, then maybe you should not be marrying him. You have to be careful with these things. And the more you hold on to him, the more he's going to resent you. Men, I think you should communicate better. And women too. But men, say how you really feel. I don't want to get married because I feel like my freedom is going to be taken away. I feel like when people get married, things change. This is some of the things I think some men feel like. And ladies, you dropped it wide, you dropped it low, spread it wide when you all were dating. Now that you're married, get away from me. You got your little scarf on, your bonnet. You don't want to be bothered with the SE, you know what? But you sure did on the wedding night, and you sure did when you all were dating. That's not right. And I do hear this. Men, is your woman doing that because you done burned her out? She's working 40 hours. She's dropping the baby off at daycare. She's cooking. She's cleaning. She's tired. And you're not assisting her. You're not helping her. You see her burnt out, but then you want to jump into bed. Maybe she's tired. So we have to work together as couples. And it's not an instant hit all the time. Like Tony Gaskin said, sometimes you get married, you may be arguing the wedding night. You may be arguing the first day you move into your place together. But you figure it out. You figure out who's good with the money. You figure out who knows how to cook. You figure out who could clean a little better than the other. You work together and do those chores. If you have a little baby, you know you got to work together because that baby going to run that house with that sleep schedule. And you have to get up and help each other. But you don't watch one burn out. And that's some of the problems that I hear. One is taking the other for granted. One doesn't want the other one to have fun. They want to control. And I think the number one problem is communication. It's not communicated. The ladies on the phone talking about her husband to her friends, didn't tell the husband. Husband talking about the wife to the guys, didn't tell her. Always talk to each other. Don't talk about each other. I'm not saying you're not going to vent. Everybody vents about their person. But you talk and talk and talk bad about them, but you're not telling them. And I think that's a big problem. Finances is another big one. And SE don't want to have it, not attractive to each other anymore. Each other, some people both let each other let themselves go. And so now the one you fell in love with no longer looks like he or she. Now they're somebody else. So it doesn't have to be the end of the world. And the fear that's there after being with someone for 3 or 4 years, sometimes you just got to go and do it. If you know without a shadow of a doubt, really think about it. You have a good woman. You know she's a good woman. You know that's the love of your life. You know he's a good man. Just go on and get married. And you're going to figure it out as you go down the road. I remember being married and it was some abuse there. You all know my story. I'm not going to really talk about it a lot anymore. I'm trying not to. But if it was not, there was a chance we could have made it. Because after year 1, year 2, we was figuring out the finances. We bought us a home, year 3, year 4. It was a better groove in certain areas. But people want to be crazy and fight. It's not going to work. And it's not going to work with me. Let me say it like that. But I did see some improvement in, I want to say, the rituals or the rhythm of the marriage. I feel year 3, year 4, year 5, you get used to who pays the bills. You get used to doing this and doing that. I'm not saying it has to be boring, it has to be flat. It should not be. Keep that lingerie out, put them heels on, get your playlist. Like I said, I have a playlist of 50-some songs. Keep the spice going. My dear friend Tanya and her husband been married 30 years. What I love about Tanya and Metro, they date. They at a concert in the park. They're on a trip. They're having dinner. They're doing things. And I love it. And it continues. The marathon continues. You have to date your wife. You have to date your husband. And ladies, we got to praise, praise, praise. Thank you, baby. Thank you, honey. That's my going word. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Men love it. Thank you, because I really appreciate when a man is showing me love, is opening my car door, is buying me food. I say thank you because that's really sweet. He doesn't have to do that. Yep, I open my own truck door. Yep, I buy my own food. But it feels good when somebody else is taking care of me. Praise, praise, praise. It goes a long way. Men, your lady in there slaving over that food. She picking up your baby. You should be showing her love. I'm always shocked that men abuse women. That shocks me. I'm not being naive, but that lady carried that baby for 9 months, and you should be forever indebted to her. And I know some women be popping the man upside the head or talking slick to him. I get it. I trust and believe. I've seen it, heard it all. So I know it's not just men, but men should respect ladies. And I know, men, we have to respect ourselves. I hear you through my phone talking to me. And as you all know, I play both sides because I do not take sides of this one and bash that one and take side that one and bash that. I give it out equally. And I know both genders are to blame. This is why we are where we are. But what I'm trying to say is if you have a good person, you've been with them 3-4 years, you may want to go ahead and take that plunge. I wouldn't recommend doing what I did. I was in a long-term relationship and I do have some valid excuses. As I said on my other video, let me make sure my mic's still on. Had cancer, mom passed, my auntie passed, which was my mom's sister, within 10 months, 11 months of her passing, cancer again. So from 2008 through 2012, 2013, I had cancer and lost 2 people very close to me twice. So every time I had cancer, it was like a 1 to 2 year setback. So this is some of the reason why marriage wasn't high on my list. I was just fighting to live and fighting through grief. And, maybe it's an excuse, maybe it's not, but that's my story. I wouldn't recommend, just staying in those long-term relationships if you really want to get married. I have a dear, dear friend. I don't think he watches my channel so I can talk about him, but he was with this beautiful lady. And so he had this party. He invited me and my other dear friend. We had a ball. This is several years ago. And I'm looking at this young lady. He said she wanted kids. He didn't because he had two daughters that were like 19 and and up, maybe 19 to 20 or 18 and 19, whatever. And the lady was much younger than him. And I told him, I said, I hope she dumps you. And he was like, what? And I could tell my friend, he a good looking guy. And I could tell he maybe feeling himself a little bit. But I had to tell him the truth. And he was like, man, nobody's never told me that. I'm like, yeah. Why should this lady stay with you if you have your two daughters? She's beautiful and she was very friendly. I just met her, but she was very warm and friendly and attractive. And I'm like, she should break up with you and go find what she needs. Well, Lord and behold, on social media, he wasn't with her no more. Maybe after 2 or 3 years, now he has somebody else. I think he married this lady. I'm not 100% sure. But I hope that lady found what she deserved, because it's not fair when a guy strings you along. And sometimes men can be selfish, and sometimes it just don't add up. You want one thing, and his mind and his, what am I trying to say? His desire is something else. This is why communication, it needs to be on the table. I absolutely love couples like this. They meet, they're together 6 months, boom, they get married. My dear friend is like that. Christians. I say that because at times, true, sincere Christians, I have to say that because people throw that word around and they don't be right. But true, sincere Christians that really believe in God, really want to fight for it, they can tend to have a longer marriage, or they can tend to work, stick it out because they work at it. That's what happened with this couple. They've been married over 20 some years. My other dear friend, they were dating a year. Another Christian couple, they've been married 29 years. So it can happen. You don't have to date a long, long time, especially if you know those values line up. And I think it's fear a lot of times. People are scared to take that plunge. I feel in my heart, when you're with somebody you truly love and you all are good people with good values, I feel that the sky's the limit. And together you can take it to the moon, baby. Love is like one of the most beautiful emotions. And when you have that respect for each other and you're working towards a common goal, I just think nothing's better than being married. So if you're listening to me, you're watching my video, don't be scared to get married. Talk it out. Get premarital counseling. That'll definitely help. And don't let people talk negative to you. If you know what you know and you have that great person, you may want to go ahead and take that plunge and go on and get married. And stop being scared about it. You'll see how blessed your life is. I really would like to get remarried myself. And my life has not gone nowhere near how I thought it was going to go. But I feel inspired. I feel proud. I feel a lot of things right now, more good than bad. But sometimes I get down. I had a down day Friday. I was so exhausted. I had to sleep like 11 hours. I had 6, 7 days of short sleep where I wasn't getting enough sleep. And I think it just caught up with me. And one thing about, if your sleep is off, you can start having like negative thoughts. It really affects your mood. And I felt like down. Really, I felt like possibly I was fighting off something. I'm not sure what was going on. I felt a little blah on Friday, a little down, a little groggy and tired. But I felt better yesterday, and I feel pretty decent today. Much, much better. But push through, you all. I know it's not easy in this single race. I know it's not easy. You hear this negativity about marriage, or you might see celebrities. Looks like they're so happy. And you're like, oh, when is my ship going to sail in? All I can say for you, if you are single, keep working on yourself. Give yourself that self-love. Give yourself that validation. And that way, when you meet that guy, you meet that lady, they can't mistreat you because you don't mistreat you. People have to match the energy you give to yourself. When you love yourself, someone has to come along and love you. You're not going to let anybody mistreat you when you're treating your face with the best care, treating your body with the best care. You're doing your affirmations. I am love. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am joy. I am peace. I am on earth to serve. All those great things. Money flows to me easily. What's the other one I say? I am, life is good. Life is easy. Life is wonderful. Life is one more. And I forgot. It's a affirmation that I do. Life is easy. Life is good. Life is wonderful. I think life is simple. Something like that. But yeah, you say those affirmations to yourself, it's going to usher in the good. So that's the key to getting love, is to love yourself. But marriage is going to take work, but it's a work that is worth it. Anything worth having is work. Getting that chiseled body, buying a home, buying a car, starting your own business, going back to school, getting your degree, having kids. It's all hard work, but in the end, you will win. Okay? Alrighty, you are. That's all I got. Let me see if my mic's still on. Mic's still on. I'm doing good. I'm going to cut it off, this video, so I won't get cut off again. And drop me comments. Hit that like, hit that button, all the buttons, subscribe. I would love to see comments on this one. See how you all feel about what I said. Take care, you all. Bye-bye.